Welcome to the Motley Fool's Crunch Time series, where we scout out a single company from their story to their opportunities and risks. Today, I'm talking about Airbnb, and I'm going to start with my prediction. I think Airbnb is going to beat the market over the next 5 years. So let's get to why, and let's start with the business strategy. Airbnb is a two-sided market for housing rental. They're connecting travelers with homeowners. The reason this is a valuable position is because once you get that flywheel started, once people start using the platform, it attracts more supply. Once there's more supply, it attracts more demand. That is why two-sided markets are so attractive in technology. And you can see from this chart here that Airbnb has been phenomenally profitable over the past few years and is a growth machine, 24% compound annual growth rate since 2017, and cash flow is now about 40% of revenue. But that's not all there is to this company. Airbnb runs what's called a reverse cash conversion cycle. What happens is when you book an Airbnb, you pay for it up front, but Airbnb doesn't pay the homeowner until your stay is actually completed. In the meantime, they get to collect interest on the cash. Currently, there's $11.3 billion of Airbnb's own cash. There's another $6.6 billion of customer funds sitting on the balance sheet. And over the past year, Airbnb has collected $827 million just from income on that cash. But one of the reasons I think there's so much potential for the stock is the growth opportunities. There's, of course, growth opportunities in the core business, more use cases, more growth in international markets, longer stays. This is basically making the Airbnb you know today a little bit better and a little bit more accessible around the world, scaling that business. But going beyond the core is something that management has been talking about for a couple of years now, starting with experiences. The start of that is what they call icon experiences. You can do things like train for Gladiator 2 or stay at Prince's Purple Rain House. But there's other things like moving into other verticals. Think travel, restaurants, other local experiences, car rentals. One of the things Airbnb has talked about is becoming your travel concierge. Being able to use data and artificial intelligence to plan your trip for you. If Airbnb is successful growing into these markets and expanding the products that it's selling to consumers, that's going to create a much, much larger business than we know today. But of course, there are risks. There's always competitive risks in this market. In particular, Booking.com is going after Airbnb's business, and Vrbo, which is owned by Expedia, is the other company that is very similar to Airbnb, just not quite as large. So there's definitely competitive pressures. There's also the cash conversion cycle, which is a tailwind when you're growing, can become a headwind if you shrink as a business. And of course, there's macroeconomic risk. If we go into some sort of recession, if people stop traveling. But what's my prediction? I think this is a company that can do very well long-term. There is solid growth right around double digits. The company can grow into new markets. There's a lot of optionality in those experiences and other new verticals that Airbnb is going to move into. Brian Chesky said they're going to build multiple $1 billion plus businesses per year. So he sees a lot of growth potential, and the valuation is pretty reasonable, about 21 times free cash flow for the enterprise value for Airbnb. So not the cheapest stock, but if they can kick up their growth into teens, maybe 20% growth, this could be a phenomenal winner for investors. So to recap, Airbnb is a leader in the two-sided marketplace of short and long-term real estate vacation rentals, has options to grow both the core market and into new verticals, has a great balance sheet, and benefits from the reverse cash conversion cycle. Now at the Motley Fool, your comments make us all smarter, so please comment with your own research and insights about Airbnb and tell us what you want to see on Crunch Time next. And check out fool.com/invest to get the Motley Fool's top 10 stocks to buy right now. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.